Do you plan on playing the Dealer's Choice Tournament at the World Series of Poker this summer? Then stay tuned because I've got 5 tips for you that will help you take home a bracelet. Now, if you're not familiar with Dealer's Choice, it's basically a tournament in which every round is potentially a different poker game. So the tables at the World Series of Poker have a series of games listed out on plaques that move around the table, and when they get back to the beginning, then the next player is able to choose the game they want to play. You're going to have games like 5-card draw that you used to see in the old westerns. You're going to have games like stud, raz, stud 8 or better. You're going to have Big O. You're going to have pot limit Omaha. You're going to have single draw deuce to 7. It gets really crazy and wild, and you need to have a strategy if you plan on making the final table. So tip number 1 may seem obvious, but believe me, it's not. And that is going to be to pick the game you are best at. Now, why do I say that it's not that obvious? Because what ends up happening when you're playing Dealer's Choice is you're sitting there for 10, 11, 12 hours on the first day, and it can become a little boring. So you think to yourself, hey, I'm playing Dealer's Choice. I want to have fun. Let's mix it up and try some other games. That's not a good strategy if you actually want to win the tournament. So my first tip is going to be pick the game you're best at and stick to it. If you're a stud player, play stud. If you're a triple draw player, play triple draw, and continue to pick that game over and over. Now, tip number 2 can be a little counterintuitive to tip number 1, but instead of picking your best game, you should pick your opponent's worst game. Now, in order to do this, you're going to have to be at the table for a little while, and you're going to have to see how your opponents are playing certain games. And if, let's say, PLO comes up and you see one of your opponents making rookie mistakes, then you know it's a weak game for them. Now, you can only do this strategy if it's a strong game for you. But if you notice that certain players don't want to play games that you're good at, then you should pick their weak games. Tip number 3 is be cautious of the big bet games. So one of the things that is most difficult to do when you're playing Dealer's Choice is to go back and forth between a limit structure and a big bet structure. So for instance, if you're playing stud, that's going to be a limit game. But if you're playing no limit hold'em, all your chips can get in the middle on one hand. I've had it work both ways. I've had it be where a big bet game, deuce to 7 single draw, eliminated me from a tournament. And I've had it where 5-card draw, no limit, actually gave me the chip lead in the Dealer's Choice tournament. So you have to be cautious of the big bet games. You can definitely double up or triple up and get a huge chip lead at the table, but it can also knock you out of the tournament. And sometimes when you're used to playing limit games, it's hard for your mind to shift between the two. So tip number 3 is be cautious of the big bet games. Tip number 4 is to put the squeeze on in split pot games. What you're going to notice in some of your split pot games is that some players are only going to be playing for half the pot. Games like Omaha 8 or better or stud 8 or better, you're going to have players that are only trying to get the low hand or only trying to get the high hand. And the first thing is you have the opportunity to scoop the pot, which you should always try to do, especially when your opponents are only playing for half the pot. But the other thing is you're going to notice that some players are going to get caught in the middle. So let's say you have 3 people in a hand, including yourself. Only 2 of you are going to win, most likely, unless you get quartered. And in that situation, you want to make sure you keep the 3rd player in, but constantly get an extra bet in through raises. And if the other 2 players don't recognize where they are in the hand, then one of them is going to continue to put money into the pot with no chance of bringing it back home. So that's what you call putting the squeeze on, where you have a 3rd player that's not going to win, and that's the money you're going to be splitting with the other opponent, and you want to take advantage of that every time you have a split pot game. So again, if you're in a split pot game, always go for the scoop. But if you're only going to bring in half the pot, try to bring a third player's chips along with you. Tip number 5 is to pay attention to the extra bet in stud games. Stud games have an extra street of betting compared to community board games or draw games. And oftentimes people don't realize how much this extra bet adds up, especially as the tournament goes on. The deeper you run into a tournament, those stud games can become very costly or can bring you home a big pot. So pay attention when you're playing Raz or Stud 8 or better to the fact that there is an extra bet going in on 7th Street, and you need to be maximizing these games as much as possible. That's it. Those are 5 tips for winning your next Dealer's Choice tournament. Hopefully this was valuable to you, and if it was, do me a favor, hit the like, subscribe, and alert buttons, and hopefully I'll see you in Las Vegas at the World Series of Poker Dealer's Choice Tournament.